All right, let's continue our face-off between the Motorola Droid RAZR and the Samsung Galaxy S2. The Droid RAZR is running Android 2.3.5. The Galaxy S2 is, at least mine, is 2.3.4. Big difference here in the user interface is you've got Moto Blur on the Droid RAZR versus Samsung's TouchWiz 4.0 on the Galaxy S2. These two widgets that you actually see right here don't come with the Droid RAZR. There really isn't a good-looking clock, in my opinion. We'll take a look at the list of widgets that's available. Again, these HD widgets do not come with it. Here's the analog clock, which is your old Android clock that you've seen for years. And again, to remove it, simply slide up. Also available is the calendar clock. Where's our date and time? And we'll hit done. And there it is. And again, you can move it around. You can also resize it. When it's red, it doesn't resize, so you can actually make it larger. Not quite sure where you'd want to, but you can make it very large if you'd like. So some of the widgets are resizable, which is nice. So there's a look at the clock that comes with it. As far as weather, I think we can fit weather above that. Usually falls under news and weather. And you can see I've loaded a few widgets on here. All right. I just had a complete brain fart. Sorry about that. Where's news? There's news. We have weather here? Nope. Where's our weather widget? There should be one on here somewhere, I would think. There's our weather widget. And we're done. And there it is. So that's the Moto Blur weather widget. You're going to get 5 different panels that you can customize on the RAZR. You're going to get 7 on the Galaxy S2. This is the clock and weather widget on the Galaxy S2. This is their same thing, power bar widget. There's a calendar. The calendar on here looks like this. Where's our calendar? There it is. And we're done. And there's the calendar widget. And again, we can enlarge it if we choose to. There we go. I wanted to show you here you've got AP News, which is nice, and the way the widgets work, they're across the bottom. And again, because this is my personal phone, there's going to be a lot of stuff on here you wouldn't normally find. AP Mobile does come with it though. And again, this can be resized as well. So I can make it smaller, a little bit larger, or have it cover half, which is nice. And again, to add widgets on the Galaxy S2, it's different in that, let's throw a weather widget on there, and again, that's, you can see that's sizable, and we can swip to another pane and put agenda on there. And what else do we want to put up there? Let's put a buddies now, a bookmark, and let's throw a stock up there as well. And if it won't fit, it will go to a, where are you? Gotta be getting close. There's Yahoo Finance. And there's our stock widget. So you've got a much larger selection of stock widgets, of widgets on the Galaxy S2 than you do on the Motorola Droid RAZR with Moto Blur. And again, you've got 7 panels versus 5. That's not what I wanted to do. Sliding down, taking a look at the notification systems, you get some nice connectivity manager shortcuts with the Galaxy S2 that you don't get with the Droid RAZRs. You can see there Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, sound, and auto rotation. So me sliding up to close it. Main menus operate the same way. They both move left to right. One thing I don't like about the Galaxy S2 is the only way to get everything in alphabetical order is to put it in a list view, and then it puts it in alphabetical order. Easy for me to say. Also on the Droid RAZR, it doesn't go 360 degrees, so when you get to the end, you have to run it back. One thing that's nice on the Droid RAZR, though, is you have recent apps, all apps, recent apps, downloaded apps, and also Verizon Wireless apps, and a shortcut to the marketplace right here, as you can see. As far as editing, you can edit both. Not a heck of a lot on the RAZR. You can sort by groups. Manage apps is going to take you basically to a task manager. On the Galaxy S2, simply holding down on one to move it. And you can slide these up and down, add a new folder, add a new page on both. There's a look at the main menus on both. What else? Holding down on the home key will open up recent tasks. You can see on the Droid RAZR, it's considerable as long as you've used it. Between times when you've booted it, you're going to get the full list, which is kind of handy. On the Galaxy S2, you get the last 6, but you get a task manager, which is nice, where you can go in and exit all, go into RAM and clear memory. There is also a task manager on the Droid RAZR. There it is right here. Give you a chance to look at that. It works, but it's a bit cumbersome in that you have to wait for this to compute, which is going to take a minute or two. Then once it does, you check the ones you want to close down, and eventually get down here to see the other apps that aren't running. So it does work, but it's a little bit more cumbersome than what they have on the Galaxy S2. As far as shortcuts, you can pinch the screen on the Galaxy S2 to get a shortcut to any of the other panels. As you can see there, the RAZR does not have that, but from the home screen you can tap the home key to get an overview of all 5 panels, but you can't squeeze it to get back. Push the home key to get back to the home screen, then tap it again if you want to use that as a shortcut system. I haven't tried tapping down here. Nope, that doesn't do it either. On the Galaxy S2, also moving between panels, you can hold down here and you'll see the number 1 come up, and you can slide between each of the panels very quickly. You can also do that here in the main menu as well, which is pretty handy if you need to move around quickly. All right, there's a quick look at the user interface on our 2 combatants, the Motorola, easy for me to say, Droid RAZR and Samsung's Galaxy S2. All right, next up, let's take a look at the messaging applications on both. And as far as text input is concerned, don't pay any attention to where it says gingerbread keyboard. That is something I downloaded on my Galaxy S2, but we've got Samsung keypad and swipe and multi-touch keypad and swipe, so basically the same. We'll take a look at these first. And here's the Samsung keypad on the right, and you can see you've got numbers long press, numbers and symbols lower left hand corner. You've got a settings key, speech to text enter key, delete key. Anything really different? No, pretty much the same. Call John on Tuesday. Call John on Tuesday. And both of them handled that just fine. All right, let's go in and look at swipe on both. Swipe keypads on both. There we go. Whoops. And what we have here, we've got word suggestion just above the keypad on the Droid RAZR, which is nice. Other than that, numbers and symbols, languages on both. There's a long press for smiley face on the Galaxy S2, which there isn't on the RAZR, but again, the RAZR has the word suggestion. All right, let me try call John on Tuesday. Call John in Tuesday, not bad. Call John on Tuesday. And we got today, so call John on Tuesday. Was close on both, which is pretty amazing for me. Let me address this real quick so we can take a look at attachments on both. And what do we have? We've got pictures, so we've got a shortcut to the camera on both, as well as video and audio on both. We have a slideshow, location we have, name card, we have that here as well. Maybe a little bit more with the memo and the task and the calendar on the Galaxy S2. And then let's take a look at the keypads and landscape on both as well. Again, this is swipe. Take a look at it there. And then let's go here and we'll go back to multi-touch so you can take a look at that as well in landscape. And there's your multi-touch keypads in landscape. All right, let's wrap up today's face-off between the Motorola Droid RAZR and the Samsung Galaxy S2 with our browser comparison. I've got them both running off the same Wi-Fi network. Clear the cache and history on both, and I have Flash fully enabled. And I've been having a horrible time with my Wi-Fi today. We'll kick this off with Engadget and see how that goes. We might do something a little different than we normally do. It looks like the Galaxy S2, no, here comes the Droid RAZR. Way out in front of the Galaxy S2. Here comes the Galaxy S2. Our winner is going to be, it looks to me like it's going to be the Droid RAZR. Still loading Flash on both. Droid RAZR. First one done. Not as smooth as the Galaxy S2, but not too bad. One of the smoother Android handsets. Galaxy S2, again, you just touch it and it's smooth as butter. As far as rendering, any issues on either one? Nope. Looks good. Got it all going on. Double tap to zoom in. There we go. Difference between the QHD display and 480 by 800 on the Galaxy S2. Both very sensitive. One thing you can do with the RAZR, you can double tap once you zoom in. It reflows the text to fit the display, which the Galaxy S2 does not. It will rewrap it when you double tap to zoom in to fit the display, but that's as far as it goes. All right, let's take a look at rendering. I did a great job. All right, next up, let's head over to, I don't want that. Let's try bookmarks. There you go, Craig. Let's try Smartphoneenvy, and it should go to the mobile site, and we're off. I think I tapped on the RAZR a hair ahead of the Galaxy S2, but see what happens. Well, it looks like the Galaxy S2 didn't care anyway. So it looks like the Galaxy S2 is going to take the mobile site. Oh, here comes. Whoa! Yeah, it's still ahead. I thought the RAZR finished. RAZR took both. Wow! Galaxy S2 just finished. Droid RAZR took both. All right. Again, the Galaxy S2 is a little bit smoother. All right, let's try the full site and see what happens, and we're off. All right, looks like the Droid RAZR might take this. Droid RAZR is our winner all 3 times. Again, not quite as smooth as the Galaxy S2 when maneuvering on the page, but definitely handled it and downloaded it quicker than the Galaxy S2. It's nice about the Galaxy S2, it's not fully loaded and it's still able to handle that. There we go. Look at both pages, pinch to zoom, double tap rewrap, double tap zooms back out. So anyway, there's a look at our browser comparison, and our winner today was the Droid RAZR. I'll get it straight. Anyway, there's our face-off between the Motorola Droid RAZR and the Samsung Galaxy S2. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope it's been helpful. Take care.